Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Matters Arising. Here we discuss key issues that affect the nations and how we citizens, the role the citizens play in all of this. I am by name Obasha Gideon, and with me in the studio is
Ahiri, Zaka, and
My name is Damian Atta, PhD.
Dr. David.
Dr. Damian. All right, we enjoy you to stay with us, and please pay key attention as we break this down. Thank you.
Okay, so now before we start talking about the appointment of the current Minister of Defense,
Hmm.
we need to actually break down one matter that is arising or that has been arising, which is
Yeah.
insecurity, right? So over the years, insecurity is something that has persisted, and it became so severe that even Porters, that's the Western world, had to even intervene, declaring Nigeria a state of particular concern, all because of insecurity. So it means there has been no cure, there has been no fix, despite the appointment, the recruitment, the deployment. And I know that most of the budget of of Nigeria is mostly funded towards tackling insecurity in Nigeria. So with all of these things put in place, we need to understand, why has insecurity persisted? Why is it still ongoing? Why has nothing been done to stop it? And Abacha said, he said, if terrorism lasts in the country for more than 24 hours, it means the government is involved.
Yes.
So now we need to now start asking ourselves, is the government really involved? Because a government is supposed to, one of their responsibility is security, to secure the people.
Say the life.
So if our lives are not still safe, what's the essence of the government? So we need to understand this strain. So today, Mian, let's break it down for our people to actually get to understand this.
Okay, thank you. I will approach this from different perspectives. Now, looking at why insecurity has persisted in this country, I will approach it looking at the role of the government and equally looking at how the environment, Nigerian environment, has been for over a long time. One, for you to talk about insecurity having sustained for a very long time, we should look at what are the factors on ground and why are all these things continue to happen all the time. There are economical factors, there are political factors, there are equally role of government. Now, and I want to equally use this opportunity to thank the United States President for jump-starting Nigerian government.
Are we really
I want to use that
supposed
word, jump-start.
Okay.
I want to use that word, jump-start, because if your car battery is very weak for starting your car,
You need
you
another
have
battery
to bring another battery and jump-start
start
it.
it.
Yeah.
Honestly, what actually happened, no matter how you see it, or people see it as an encroachment into Nigerian sovereignty, as people see it as Donald Trump coming with other agenda. But the truth is this: a government has been job start, and people are taking quick decision, recruiting, removing non-working ministers, and appointing another. But I'm not so pleased by the appointment of the former CDS, Christopher Musa, to be a minister of defense. Why I'm not pleased is that we should ask ourselves questions. He was just a CDS,
Yes.
Chief of Defense Staff,
Yes.
just yesterday. He was removed. So when he was there, were security better when he was there? All this that were happening, or that is still happening in this country, was it not happening when he was there? So what is he coming to do that he wasn't able to do for so many years? I saw an interview he granted where he said he was a GOC fighting Boko Haram before, commanding one of the Nigerian security operations, hiding it. So what is he coming to do that he has not done?
From, to answer that question, right, I just have just few records here. I'd like us to look at his record while he was CGS. This is from ICIR News. It says across operations from 2023 to 2025, the armed forces reported rescued 5,365 kidnapped victims nationwide. Secondly, in the same period, large numbers of arms and ammunition were recovered.
I was one of the people who was shocked when he was removed as the CDS. And I don't know whether it's coincidence. Since he left, there was escalation and upsurge of attacks, mass kidnappings and all this. So I think the president has done well by bringing him back as Minister of Defense.
Some other records. So we could clearly see from here that
when you look at,
there are some sources in his tenure.
Let me look at that.
The thing is, amidst all of these achievements, we're not saying there's nothing that he has not done right? Amidst all of these achievements, why was it that he was removed? Right? And then if you look at the time frame of when this happened, was after the US actually said they were going to intervene, declared Nigeria as CPC. And then don't forget the rumored coup that they said there was going to be a coup. And if you notice, people actually changed about 6 service chiefs around remaining just one person, and they removed him. And then if you look at it, it's spicy because the former Minister of Defense resigned because of health issue. And then the same person you remove with the term security overhaul, like just to try and overhaul the Nigerian security system, is the same person you're now putting as Minister of Defense, a level higher than what he was before, and he was removed. So are you trying to tell me he was removed to be made the Minister of Defense?
Now, see a fact.
Okay.
There is a common saying that if you want to control mosquito in your house, you don't go about killing mosquitoes. You control their breeding places. Now the question is, what is that thing that is sustaining terror in this country? What is that thing that is sustaining insurgency in this country? Was General Musa was able to control those breeding places? You said the people were rescued, kidnappers, victims were rescued.
Yes.
But it's under General Musa that terrorists are collecting tax in this country.
Okay.
Do you know that there are 4 different forms of taxes exist in the core north under the watch of General Musa?
Talking about
let me give you. Do you know that the citizens of this country pay what we call the protection tax, otherwise known as haraji? Do you know that people pay zakat tax in this country? They are religious tax paid to terror control places. Do you know that people actually pay another form of tax to enter some places to go and farm? Farmers pay tax. Were he able to control it?
I'm coming
because I want to mention some things that are so key to funding terrorism in this country.
About funding terrorism.
If you want to,
before we talk about funding terrorism, we have someone who is believed
to be the father of
negotiating with terrorism.
No, he's the spiritual father of.
Should we
because even yesterday,
I think it's even hard time. It's hard time we know what's his role in the government.
If you look at yesterday's reports, he was praying for God to have mercy on. Do you understand?
Is that not hypocrisy?
Now, see the facts. Now, when you look at what Gumi is doing, do you understand? Now, Nigeria has not actually wake up from deception fueled by religion, fanatics. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And one of the key things that is destroying this country is not even terrorism, it's religion.
Okay.
When evils have religious connotations or religious blessings, now we are not ready for nationhood. We are not ready to accept the fact that Nigeria is a secular state, and as a secular state. Now, listen, let me tell you something. I had some politicians saying that bandits are not terrorists. So it's like playing politics. Now, if I come out and say, forgive IPOB, they have done nothing wrong.
Just like that.
No, because the law has actually said that these people are terror groups. But remove the law now and look at the activity of both groups. We can say that the activity of both groups are related. Terror is involved.
But then why does it feel like you said, the religion thing, right? To me, I feel it makes more sense right now, because if you look at it, the IPOB, Right, going back to IPOP, look at Nnamdi Kanu. I remember when Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced to life imprisonment, the whole conversation was, why is it that Gumi is still roaming around?
Exactly.
Why is it that
Exactly.
there's
A
this guy,
known negotiator,
Ibrahim was
terrorist.
known for,
A known
was a
negotiator,
terrorist, and then he was
terrorist.
only given 20 years imprisonment with rehabilitation. Like, he was even kept at a particular place just for him to be rehabilitating. And if you look at all the terrorists that were, what's the name, that were captured in Meduguri, they even tag them as repentant terrorists. They go for a program where they are being, I don't know how to call it, trained, and then they're integrated back into the society. Same banditry. So I feel if you look at it, it's more of a religion thing, because when the Easterners, when the Igbos, because I know the popular religion there is Christianity, right? When the Igbos were doing theirs, I think was it not the thing that caused the civil war back then?
No,
But part of the issue.
there's something I want to lay you to understand.
Okay.
Because what happened in this country is maybe treating people differently because of where you come from, or even because of your religion. There was a program, or there is a program that is being run in this country. We call it Operation Safe Corridor. Now, Operation Safe Corridor was launched by the government of Muhammad Buhari. Now, under that Operation Safe Corridor, there is a secret program that was being anchored by DSS. We call the Shihu program. Now, how did this program work? Why Operation Safe Corridor targeted rank and file of Boko Haram members, the Shihu program targeted core VIPs, or what I call high value targets. Let me use the security term, high value targets. Now, what they do in this program is to lure these people back and try to also, okay, these people have repented, but the question is not whether these people repented or not. The question is, you send them out or abroad,
you send them back into society,
and you bring them back, reintegrate them into the society.
What makes you think they are better?
Now, my problem is this. The soldiers that
were killed,
fighting
the innocent
these
lives,
insurgents,
the people that died because of these things.
Their wife has not actually been taken care of. That's number one. Two, in security circle, there is something we call insider threats. Insider threats is when a member of the security circle or security architecture gives out information. Now, I want to tell you that since after the integration of repentant Boko Haram into the security sector, into the community, I'm pushing military convoy has actually increased.
Increased.
Critical information has actually increased.
What do you expect?
Because now, look at the general that was killed recently. Oba. From what is flying around on newspaper was that he sent out a WhatsApp message. Now, he sent out a WhatsApp message calling for a backup. And his WhatsApp message leaked. In fact, Sahara reporters actually even made a publication on that. Now, the WhatsApp message leaked. And after like a few days, this guy was captured. This is the problem of insider threats.
Because there's no how you tell me how.
We're not asking ourselves core question. How did it leak?
How did we get there?
No, the person already has an answer.
The thing is, it's so funny how these same people that you send these soldiers to one fight, they capture these people, you bring them back, and then you even carry them through series of rehabilitation, trying to resensitize them.
Because we don't even know
people who were displaced are still suffering, only giving them a bag of rice that comes out maybe once in a blue moon. Their camps, people are still living in huts, people are still living in trampolines. Houses have not been built for them, but then you still educate these people.
I even want to tell you that the money the government expanded or spent in doing all these things can equally buy better arms for these soldiers.
Exactly.
But there's something I want to tell you. Now, if you look at Nigerian military industrial complex, or look at DICON, there are videos circulating that Nigerians started manufacturing their own arms and all those things. That's fine. Now,
about made guns.
But there's something very peculiar we need to talk about.
Okay.
Now, how are these people That's the extremists, the terrorists, the bandits. Now, how do they get their weapons?
That is where the involvement of the alleged involvement of government.
All these things is very
because
obvious. See, the answers to these questions are very
could be
obvious.
from
Because there's no how you would tell me these people, if you see the kind of weapons these people
you
are
understand?
using,
Sometimes you ask
it is
yourself, if the
equivalent.
Nigerian army has.
Do you know if you were to give the people, the soldiers that were stationed at this particular station in Borno, in Zamfara, in Kaduna, all these places, if they were given these particular ammunitions, the same exact ammunitions that you will recover from these terrorists, I think I have a feeling that they will even do better.
Aside that,
that,
I've heard some soldiers
when you look at the fact of the weapon they are using, there is something that the media are not talking so much. Do you understand? Now, there was a drone strike in this country for the first time, where terrorists actually attacked soldiers using drone.
Yeah.
It's a new threat. It's a new threat. A new threat emerged. Now the question is, how did they get even the vans, the gun truck they are using? How did they get most of all these things? These are questions we are not asking ourselves. These are factors that actually sustain this.
How did
Smuggling, when we have a Controller General of Customs,
we have some station at every border.
Immigration,
every area,
soldiers at every border
of this country.
Now, these people actually trade cattle rustling. Now, the funny thing is this. I know the government actually didn't say that they paid for KB children to be released.
No, that is another.
You see,
there's a statement by Bayo. Bayo said that they contacted the bandits and these children were actually released. And when I saw this in Bayo's handle, wait, just get me. I saw this in Bayo's handle, I replied, I said, okay, Bayo, when will you people contact them and tell them to stop kidnapping Nigerians? Because these are facts we need to face. The fact that DSS actually have the contact of these people, right?
Do you understand?
They have their contacts. They can call them and tell them to release people in their camp.
We went to their camp and rescue people without arrest.
Actually, they now call them and say, okay, please stop kidnapping Nigerians. And you see a video circulating where the bandits were actually asking these children, were you raped? Were you beaten? The children were just answering those questions. Now, see a point. The point is, they made a video telling Nigerians that they released these children. Government made a video saying that they told them to release them. Now, and after, before you know what's happened, they were kidnapping some other place.
Thank you. That's the point.
That's why the PDU can never work.
Now,
that's why the
annoying thing, because you cannot tell me.
It's just for the
You
meantime.
can't tell me that you're having series of kidnappings. You told me in just 1 month. In just 1 month, you started from Kebbi. Before you know it, you went to Kwara. At least when they are still trying to understand.
Now,
you went to Nigeria. You went to Nasarawa.
I can tell you why it happens. Now, see the truth. Anytime there is kidnapping of such, massive kidnapping of such, two things will happen.
Okay.
Yeah? Now, either that these people are used as a human shield, or two,
I think there's
they are used to raise money for weapons.
for weapons. Yeah.
Because
I think that is what it is.
Any money you are giving or you are paying for ransom, you are empowering a more crime. Some other place.
I think that is
and
why
immediately these people were released. Other kidnapping started happening. And there's something I want to tell you about some of these, maybe kidnap this, do this, do that. See, there is a fact. People were kidnapped. People were released. The governor asked a question. Till today, nobody has actually answered that question. Now, during those kidnapping, a governor of Kebbi State actually asked a question. Why was the soldiers actually withdrawn?
About 30 minutes before. About 30 minutes. So the big question is who gave the order?
Now,
who gave the order of withdrawal?
Now, The other answer, the first answer is that it still points to the fact of what I told you about insider threats. Do you understand?
Okay.
Somebody within the security circle actually giving out information. But now, why are they not giving the governor, who's supposed to be the chief security officer of that state, the answer to this question? He kept on asking that question. Who actually withdrew? Why did soldiers left? And again, the DSS, it was alleged that the DSS actually got an information that this will happen.
This guys
And they came, rehearsed with children. If
This is what you do
happen,
and
this is what we do.
Imagine
If this
that kind of
happen,
situation.
this is what we do. If this happen, this is what we do.
Like,
Now, the DSS wasn't actually able to prevent this from happening, but they were able to
But then if you
contact the bandits and ask them to release our
if you look at it,
so I don't know whether they were
That is
actually tell them.
tell them.
Yes.
But you know, based on what you're
Yes.
saying of how the governor did not get this information, because I was looking at going through what the General Musa was saying, based on how well he's going to do, how he's going to do better. He was talking about ensuring that I think he stated that he was urging governors and local leaders, right, to start taking responsibility for community level to ensure security at community level, which is like a step forward because
It's not a step.
most of this information you said so yourself that the governors need to be aware now.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. That then is like telling people to go out. You want to sacrifice Nigerians for security. Now let's make an analysis. These bandits have sophisticated weapons, right? And you now come and say you don't want state police. The government don't want state police, right? The government does not want Nigerians to bear arms, right? But you want Nigerians to take their security into their hands, right? Now, most of the governors that are not in favorable terms with the government at the center, there is always something that will happen because if you look at Nigerian constitution, it is only the president that has the power to deploy the military. The military does not take orders from the government.
The state governors.
And if you look at what happened between Wike and the young soldier, and that is why Wike cannot actually as a lawyer forgot his law in his office, and that was why he was trying to order a soldier out.
But he said he did not now. No, he said he didn't.
No,
He didn't. Are you kidding me?
Leave politics.
Are you for video?
Leave politics. So, and that was the soldier reminded him I have integrity. Maybe because he knew he was actually acting on
Upon others, yeah.
Do you get? Now, how can you tell civilians to confront and take their own security in their hands?
No, he's not saying they should confront. He's not saying they should confront. What he's saying is they should be responsible for community level intelligence and early warning.
Okay.
Meaning, in the sense, like, you know how the information came about. You know how DSS always release that report that, they got intelligence report that something's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. So that he's now saying that, the governors and then the local leaders should make sure that this kind of information reaches the people faster. But then, I mean, if you look at it again, guy, how is that information got to these people? 30 minutes before the actual attack, these people the soldiers were withdrawn. People that have been there for like 10 years, they have never left that area for 10 years. This is my state because I know how things run in my state.
Okay.
I had a friend of mine, his two sisters among people that were abducted, right?
Okay.
I mean, and then hearing what he was telling me concerning them was the girls felt that all these things they said to them it was like a play, it was staged. As if just you leave this place, then you go and carry them, then bring them out, and they are released.
It's the fact that the DSS came to the school to tell the students this is what you do.
If this thing happens,
there is an aspect of this kidnapping that Nigerians are not actually looking at. Now, you can easily kidnap one person, like me, not minding my size. You can put me in the boot.
Put in the back seat. That's too big for the boot.
Put me in the boot or put me in the back seat. Now, but have you asked yourself, how will you move 100, 50, 100, 200, 300 persons?
And the operation took
You move them from one place, just check moving like
Do you understand?
100 persons
So
undetected, right? Is it through bus, coastal bus? So if you want to move like most all these big coastal bus, 18-seater, 80-seater, highest 80, 70. So which means if you want to move like 100 persons, you need like up to 4 buses. They moved checkpoints, didn't see them. Checkpoints.
The community did not
And then
notice.
You
The children were quiet.
You
that this thing
usually
was
move them from
staged.
the bush. Move them from the bush, and you're able to control those children. And you know, there is one thing with adults. If
No, it's not sounding like, it's sounding like a movie.
if they are adults, now
like
if they
movie,
are adults
yes,
and you threaten them, if you do this, I'll shoot. Maybe they will calmly move. But they are children. One, you cannot threaten them not to cry.
Because they will
One, you
shout and
cannot threaten them
scream.
not to do this. So they were able to move them undetected by the securities.
By the community, by the
They
community
moved them.
itself.
They move this number of people undetected, right? I'm telling you that if the security sector is not aware of this, it is pure.
You can't tell me
And that's
security
what I'm
is
telling
not
you. That's what I'm telling you. That kudos to Trump for jump starting our government.
But no. The annoying thing is that if you notice, it was after he made this statement that all these things started happening. If you look at it carefully, when he made that statement declaring Nigeria as a state of particular concern, that was when the cabinet adoption started. Then the next one happened. And then before you know it, they said they rescued certain schoolgirls. So to me, it feels like they are trying to show the world that they are working, they're capable. So if you ask me, it looks like they staged.